2 games to go in the World Cup round of 16 games. Currently, we have Portugal and Spain, USA and Belgium to also play out there. Of course, US White House has stepped in for Florian Balogun's red card to be suspended for him to play for the World Cup, and a lot of issues are going on. The Red Devils, they have responded to that particular decision being made by of course FIFA out there. So the World Cup is getting juicy every single day. But of course, this video is about the World Cup so far. What has been happening in the World Cup. Yesterday we had Brazil losing to Norway. I will explain that here. Germany is out of the World Cup. They have changed their coach. They have forced their coach to resign, and they've brought a new coach into the national team. We'll discuss it here. Of course, Ghana is out of the World Cup. I didn't give you the preview and then the review of that particular game because I felt it's not needed. I wouldn't waste my time on that particular content. But yes, Ghana has also, come out from the World Cup. We'll discuss it here. Yesterday, Carlos Queiroz, dropped something on his social media platform. He's saying people understood his statement. We'll discuss it here on Kobo Sports Room. Click on the subscribe button and press the post notification bell. Follow us on our social media platform. England also, eliminated Mexico in the round of, 16. We'll discuss it here also. So of course, stay here with me. Let's go through some of the, things that has been going on in the World Cup. You see, when you check the World Cup, okay, all the politically induced teams, all the politically influenced teams are coming out of the World Cup. Yes, check the World Cup, check the sequence. All these teams that are being influenced, that are being induced by politics are coming out from the World Cup. Senegal is being influenced internally, is being influenced by politics, is politically induced. They are out of the World Cup. In fact, they didn't do well in the group stage, scored Iraq, qualified for the round 32, and they are out of the competition. Papetiao, it was, doing politics in the team. You saw Papagaye, saying that with this current, technical staff, or with this current coaching staff, he's taking a break from the World Cup. Because how then do you, bottle a 2-0 lead by bringing in Lamine Camara? Lamine Camara had no business on the field, but he came on because according to, reports, Papetiao is Lamine Camara's cousin. So he had to come in and play some of the game. So it is internally, politically induced. That Senegal team, if they don't take care, this Senegal team will not do anything, substantial. Of course, they have won the AFCON. It has been taken away from them. It is, currently at CAS. Let's see what CAS, brings on the table for this Senegalese team. But yes, if they don't take care, they are not going to do anything substantial for Senegalese or for Senegal. Now, the big players, some of these big players, Sadio Mane, Koulibaly, they are all fading out. They have to take bold decisions to fade all these players out. They are still in there. So it is politically induced. And they will come out from the World Cup. It is just like that. Brazil, for example, of course, when you check the Brazil national team, Joao Pedro didn't go to the World Cup. The selection itself was politically influenced, even though it is Carlo Ancelotti that is coaching the team. But the team that was sent to the World Cup, the 26-man squad, was politically influenced. Neymar Jr. making it to the squad is politically influenced. Carlo Ancelotti as the coach is a political coach. How then do you go to a World Cup? Hendrick is going to the World Cup. Matheus Cunha is going to the World Cup. Ryan is going to the World Cup. Luis Enrique is going to the World Cup. Of course, Igor Thiago is going to the World Cup, and you tell me Joao Pedro doesn't deserve to go to this World Cup. And it is not about me being a Chelsea fan. You could clearly tell Brazil as a national team, and their striker is Igor Thiago. He can't even control ball, but he's going to the World Cup because he scored 22 goals. Joao Pedro also scored about 20 plus goals, and he couldn't make it to the World Cup squad. Check the performances of Martinelli, season under review. He's going to the World Cup. Matheus Cunha, he's going to the World Cup. And the performances Joao Pedro had in Chelsea, he's not going to the World Cup. Neymar Jr. didn't even play 3 games. Even 2 games, 2 full games in the World Cup, he's still going to the World Cup. It is politically induced. It is politically influenced. They are out of the World Cup. Ghana, I don't need to say much about Ghana. As you are watching me, Ghanaians watching me, you know the Ghana, problems. Ghana GFA is politically influencing our national team. How then do we play World Cup with these 4 solid, backline? And then plus the goalkeeper, and then one of our biggest and most decisive game in the World Cup, we bench 2 of them, and we bring in 2 new players in the backline. We disrupt the chemistry in the backline. It is politically induced. It is politically influenced. The Portugal team is internally, player power is worrying them. And if they don't take care, they will come out from the World Cup. It is not politically influenced, but the internal, player power is killing the Portugal national team. So if they don't take care, they will come out from the World Cup today. Spain, the national team call-up is also politically induced. And they will also, not do anything in this particular World Cup. They will come out from the World Cup as, being expected of them. Because, people expect Spain to of course, win even the competition, because going into the competition they were the favorite to win the competition. But we have seen that because of the politically infused, politically induced, politically influenced, they will come out from the World Cup. So you check all these teams and they are coming out from the World Cup. It is because they are politically, influenced. The selection, the callers are all politically influenced. England is not politically influenced because in the English team, we had quality players that were not called. Quality players that their form wasn't good enough and they are sitting home. Cole Palmer is an example. If it was Gary Southgate, Cole Palmer would have made it to this particular World Cup, but he doesn't deserve to be there. If it was Gary Southgate, Phil Foden will make it to the World Cup, but he doesn't deserve to be there. All these boys, they will go because of politics. But I know the coach that is coaching the England national team, and I always say it, if they give Thomas Tuchel like 3-4 years with this English team, he will win something for England. England has not won anything since 1960s. But if they give Thomas Tuchel, I know a coach he is, and I know he's a winner. Southgate is not a winner, but he is a winner. So if they give him time, I know he will win something for the national team. Of course, they've booted Mexico, the host nation, out of the World Cup. Just this midnight, 3 goals to 2. Beshara to Jude Bellingham, 2 goals, 1 goal for Hurricane, and then 3 goals to 2 for England out there. Now let's move to Germany. Germany is also politically influenced, and even the German team, their problem is even bigger than politics. Yes, their problem, they also have developmental problem. It's even bigger than politics. Maybe my next video I will talk about Germany, in-depth analysis on why Germany are failing in all these big competition going on. They failed in the 2022 Qatar World Cup, they failed in the Euros they hosted, they also failed in the 2026, USA, Canada, Mexico World Cup. My next video will probably be on Germany and why I think Germany is failing. And this Jurgen Klopp, appointment will not do anything for Germany. I will explain that to you in my next video. But of course, Germany, their national team call-up is being influenced by, politics. When you go to the app there, the DFB, they are doing politics. They have failed in this particular World Cup, and no one is ready to take the blame for the developmental issues that is going on in Germany. But they are blaming the coach for not doing well in this particular World Cup. It is not that the coach is the least of their problems, because they brought 2 of their best coaches in their last 2 World Cup, and there is nothing to write home about. Nothing has been done. Hans Flick came into the World Cup in Qatar 2022, couldn't do anything. Julian Nagelsmann also came into the 2026 World Cup, was booted out in the round of 32 by Paraguay. Paraguay won ball Papa Bia, but they booted Germany out of the World Cup. It should tell you what is going on. I will discuss the German national team in my next or in my subsequent video. So that is what is happening in in Germany. But of course, Carlos Queiroz has also as he calls it farewell. But who sent their farewell message to the Ghanaians or to the football world, and then he comes back to tell us he has not resigned? Of course, we know that the contract is 4 months contract, and when we are done with this particular World Cup, the contract is over. So if you send your farewell, it clearly tells us that you are resigning. It's not even about resignation. You are just putting the job on hold because your contract is over. And if it has not been extended for you, of course, you bid your farewell and you will leave the team. So what is Carlos Queiroz saying? Of course, people understood that to be a resignation. That is not a resignation. There's a difference between farewell and resignation. Carlos Queiroz bidded his farewell to the Ghanaian national team, bidded his farewell to Ghanaians. But that wasn't a resignation because his contract is 4-month contract. And after the World Cup, the contract ends. So I don't know why he's saying he's not going out, blah, 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 blah. Of course, he said he has not resigned, but of course, it's true. He has not resigned. So that was, Carlos Queiroz, a message out there. It is on your screen. I'll put it on your screen for you to read out. I cannot read all because it's matter. We've gone to the World Cup. I feel like the last, game he was influenced in this lineup and all of that, but of course we are out of the World Cup. Even in the World Cup we went, the target we were able to achieve. The target is to qualify from the group stage, and we're able to achieve. So I don't know why people are kicking up a fuss about all these things, but the way and manner we came out from the World Cup, that is what I think people are very, very concerned, about. So yes, I think I've covered all the topics that I brought. England, of course, I've qualified for the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Let's see. Of course, we are meeting Norway out there. Norway scored Brazil by 2-1. Erling Braut Haaland scoring 2 goals yesterday, eliminating Brazil from the World Cup. A 5-time champion. Because of politics, they are coming out from the World Cup. Because of politics, they are not doing anything in the subsequent World Cup. Since I think 2006, they are not doing anything substantial in that particular or in the World Cup that has been played so far. So click on the subscribe button, press the post notification bell, follow us on our social media platform. My name is Kobo. This is Kobo Sports Room, and this video is about the World Cup so far. Click on the subscribe button, drop the comment down below. Let me know what you think about this particular topics that I discuss in this video. Thank you so much for your time. Take care of yourselves and peace.